In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some practical tips of how you can start living from your heart. But before we do that, let's quickly see, what do I mean by living a heart-centered life? The best way for me to explain this is that when you are living a heart-centered life, when you are living from your heart, you are really in alignment with your own personal truth. So that means that you live according to your personal values, you are guided by your inner wisdom, you have good relationships with the people around you, you're a very good communicator, you also make very good decisions because you are connected to your inner guidance system, and just overall you've got good boundaries, you've got strong boundaries because you know who you are, you show people how to treat you based on the way that you treat yourself. And in general, your energy is lifted. So you start attracting better things into your life. You become a magnet for good things in your life. When we talk about living from the heart center, understand that this is a practice. So the things that I'm going to talk to you about is not something that you do once off and then your heart is opened and that's the end of it. This is something that you need to do every day, if that is your choice, because it's like a muscle. And the more you exercise this muscle, the more you work with this muscle, the more responsive it's going to be when you need to call on it. Which then brings me to the practices that you can use every day to support you to open your heart. And the first practice is most definitely to have the intention of opening your heart and loving yourself. Now, something that goes without saying, but I think sometimes we forget about this, is that it's not possible to love other people and to forgive other people unless you start with yourself. You have to fully and completely love and accept yourself, and you have to forgive yourself. And it's only from this space that you can then start giving love and forgiveness to the people in your world. So it starts with you. You have to do whatever it takes to become kinder and gentler and more compassionate with yourself. And then once you have that kindness and that compassion for yourself, then you can start giving it out into the world. Now, the way that you can start doing this is by developing awareness. And if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know that I talk about awareness a lot. The only way that you can change anything in your life, or the only way that you can transform, is if you are aware of the things that need changing. So to use it in this example of opening your heart is to first identify or become aware of the instances when you are being driven by your ego mind. So the ego mind is really there to keep us safe. It's part of our survival. So it's going to fill you with fear-based thoughts. And when we listen to the ego mind, we're really holding back on experiencing life in its fullest. So you really start feeling these lower vibrational frequency emotions like anger and resentment and feeling like a victim. And I know, for example, when I'm being driven by my ego, is I become extremely controlling. So I want everyone to do what I want them to do the way that I want them to do it. And I also become a perfectionist. So I go very, very hard on myself. And when this happens, I know that my ego has taken over. And maybe you already know what it looks like when your ego is in control, when your ego is in charge. And if that's the case, let us know in the comments below. Please share your experiences, because that is how we can learn from each other. So another big telltale sign of being controlled by the ego is this victim mindset and blaming and not taking responsibility for your life, and feeling that the situation that you're in, the struggles that you have, is all because of someone or something else. So you're really giving over responsibility to the world and you are blaming everyone for your situation. And then once you become aware that your ego mind is running the show, now you go on to step 3. And step 3 is exercising your power to choose. You have free will, which means that you can choose at any time to feel or think something different. And a lot of times it's as simple as just making the decision to drop into your heart, to allow yourself to drop into your heart space. And when you drop into your heart space, you're really releasing your expectations. You're letting go your expectations of how things should be, and you're just allowing things to flow and to exist in the way that they are. So you're really surrendering into the moment. And I've made a video about letting go, the need to control everything, which I'll also link to up here, so you're welcome to go and take a look at that. You might also find that your belief systems, your subconscious beliefs that you're not even aware of, might keep your ego in control. And if this is the case, you can use a tool called tapping to help break through and clear those blocks. Now, the way that I use tapping in this instance is something that I call free flow tapping. Typically, with tapping, you tap on the energy meridians, and it has the purpose of calming down the amygdala, which is the area in your brain that goes into fight or flight. So it's the alarm system that puts your body into a fight or flight response whenever you are stressed or you feel threatened. And what tapping does is, by tapping on the energy meridians, it calms down the amygdala. So with the free flow tapping, you are already tuned into the situation. You're already tuned into the feelings and the emotions, so you don't even have to go through the whole body. You can just choose one spot to tap on, and I usually just use my collarbone. I find that's a very convenient spot to tap on, and you speak all the emotions and thoughts that you are having. Once you've tuned in, once you've become aware that your ego mind is in control, you then just speak all of these negative thoughts, and it has to be negative thoughts or the negative thoughts and feelings that you have, because we're still tuning in more and more into that emotion, into that belief that's keeping it stuck. And by doing this, you will slowly start to dismantle that belief, and that is going to help you to easier and more quickly be able to open your heart. Opening your heart, or living a heart-centered life, really allows you to tap into your personal power. So now you are connected to your inner guidance, you're connected to your inner voice, and this is going to become a compass which helps you navigate through the world and through your life. You're going to be releasing all of those stuck energies and negative feelings, and this in turn is going to continue to help you raise your vibration so that you start attracting even better experiences and people into your life.